Okay, patrons, here we go. Grab your recipe sheets, grab your ingredients, and we are going to make some bechamel. So to make our milk infusion, we got our ingredients right here. We got onions, bay leaves, cloves, and black peppercorns. For half a liter of milk, we're going to use half an onion in your pan. We're going to put our milk on top. Two bay leaves, a few pieces of clove, about a teaspoon of black pepper. That's going to flavor our milk. It's going to be a great base for our bechamel. Put it on a low heat. Make sure it doesn't boil or it's going to get real messy. And just leave it to come up to the simmer. Alright, as you can see here, it's simmering. So you're going to want to turn it off, put a lid on, put a cover on, something like that. And just leave it to infuse. Let that flavor infuse into the milk. 20 minutes, half an hour. We're going to get our butter and our flour ready to make our base, to make our roux. And then we're going to strain out our milk infusion. All right, to make our roux, we're going to take all of our butter, melt it down. All you got to do is melt it, don't color it, anything like that, just make it a liquid. All right, once it's melted down, add the flour to it. Like that, all in one go. Then you want to keep this over a medium heat. Keep stirring it. And you want to come up with a nice smooth paste. Break down all those lumps of flour and make it nice and smooth. The smoother you can get it now, the smoother sauce you're going to have at the end. Leave this to cook out 2-3 minutes. Again, don't color it. This is a blonde roux, so there's no color. And keep stirring it so it doesn't burn or stick. After about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, we can start adding our milk. Now the important thing is to add it a little bit at a time. Every time you add some milk, stir it in and cook it out. Make sure you always come back to a nice smooth paste. All right, we're going to add some more in. And you'll see it doesn't take very long. Cook that milk out with the flour and start thickening it up. And just keep doing this until you get towards the end of your milk. So this is the last of the milk going in. You can see we have something at the moment that resembles about the thickness of double cream. Now we're going to cook this out a bit, and as we cook it out, it's going to get thicker still. So keep this again on a medium heat. You don't want it to boil, you just want it to be about simmering. Here it is after 5 minutes, starting to thick up a little bit, but not too much. We're still nowhere near. After 10 minutes, we're starting to get a bit thicker. It's really starting to cook out nicely now. We keep stirring it, make sure it's nice and smooth, make sure there's no lumps of flour or anything in there. So this is our finished product. After 20 minutes, you can see it's really nice and thick, and this will thicken up as it sets as well if you cool it down. At this point, we can season it. We're going to add our salt and white pepper. White pepper is purely for aesthetics. If you use black pepper, you get little bits of little black flecks in there, but it's fine. It doesn't taste any different. Now, if you can use this right away, if you want to make your lasagna or whatever you're doing with it. If you want to keep it for later on, put a piece of plastic wrap on contact with the bechamel, and this is going to stop it from getting a skin that you're never going to be able to break down again. And then we have your bechamel.